Oh, my hair is not wanting to cooperate today. Goodness gracious. Hello. You can't get rid of me, guys. I'm here forever. Hello, everyone. What is going on? How are you all doing? It has been a minute. I am here. I am in Michigan. My voice is going away. So I am home. It is currently 45 degrees outside in the middle of May. Oh man, I wish I was still in 90-degree Orlando. I got home about a week and a half ago. It was a week and a half ago. I spent my last couple days with my parents. I checked out on Friday the 8th, and then we went to Hoop-Dee-Doo that night. And then Saturday, I went to Magic Kingdom all day with my mom and dad. I didn't film just because it was my last day, and I really just wanted to soak everything in and, you know, experience that one last day. As much as I would have loved to take you guys with me and have you see me bawling like a baby during Wishes, I wanted to experience that. And then we flew home Sunday morning, and I was pretty sad about leaving, but at the same time it was nice to get home and see my cat and my brother and my family at my cousin's graduation party, and it's been really nice being home. I also started a brand new job like the day after I got home. I'm working at a minor league baseball park in my hometown, and I'm doing game day promotion, so it's kind of similar to what I did at Disney actually with children's activities. We are in charge of doing the games in between the innings and walking around with the mascots and just generally pumping up the party. So I've only worked there a couple days. It's a lot, but I like it so far, and everyone is really nice, and I can't wait to see how the rest of the summer goes. So I figured it was time to do a little program wrap-up for program part 2. I'm going to show you guys the rest of the fun stuff in my memory box that I collected the last 4 months, and just generally talk about my last couple weeks and reminisce and all that fun stuff. Like I said, I had a great last week. I worked Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and spent a lot of time with my work friends, which was really nice. My last day of work was very bittersweet. You know, saying goodbye to everybody was pretty tricky, but, you know, people had some really great words of advice for me, including my manager, Ashleigh, which was my favorite piece of advice that I got. She asked me, "Do you know what to give a dog with a fever?" And I was like, "No, I don't. What do you give them?" And she said, "Mustard. It goes great with a hot dog." And it's kind of a bummer because our movie actually ended up being indoors that night because there was a chance of rain. But I got to watch Pocahontas, which became my favorite Disney movie while I was down in Florida because I watched it so much at work. And my friend Megan came and hung out. You know Megan, you saw her in my videos. She wasn't working that day, but she came and hung out and made me the magical moment for that night along with Pam's help. And Alexis was recording, and Jessica was working, and Rose was working, and, you know, I got to see everyone on the last day, which was really nice. And everyone that I didn't see, you know, I had already said goodbye to, but I think I managed to say goodbye to just about everyone. I missed a couple people. Natalie, I was really bummed because she just had her baby. And now I'm just rambling, so let's get back on topic, Ashley. Okay. But seriously, my last week was really, really great. And then that night, my friend Julie and I went to House of Blues for Rewind, which I had never been, and it was so much fun. And then the next day, we were packing all day, and then we all went to Starlit Splash the next night. Megan and her roommates Kate and Claire and I, and Starlit Splash, if you don't know, it's Typhoon Lagoon. At nighttime, all the CPs are there, and you can go on the rides, and they have food, and they have music, and you get to go in the wave pool. It's just really, really fun, and so we went and did that, and then I moved out the next day, and it was a crazy last week, but it was really, really good, and I'm so happy that it ended on such a good note, and it was just a really great experience all around. So I'm going to stop not blabbering because I'm kind of just going off the top of my head with this. I didn't plan anything out at all. And I guess I will show you guys some of the cool magical moments that I have in my little memory box. Okay, so this is my memory box. Now, obviously, I have a whole bunch of other stuff that I took out from the first part of my program, but I just wanted to show you guys the stuff that is new in here from this program. So these are all the little trinkets and stuff that I got from guests or from fun moments in my program. So I guess we'll just kind of start. So this bracelet I made on one of my many deployments. I was deployed to 8 different resorts throughout my program, and I was at Animal Kingdom Lodge a lot, and I was in Community Hall, and unfortunately I couldn't work in Community Hall because we didn't have one in Port, so I wasn't trained, but I got to hang out in there a little bit because the days that I was there it was really rainy outside, so that's where we hung out and did our activities, and so I learned how to make these super cool bracelets, kind of this lights being funky, but little beaded bracelets, and you can't really see it, but I learned how to like clamp the wire and everything, so I literally made the whole thing. And then this I also made at Animal Kingdom Lodge in Community Hall, just to learn how to use the button maker. That's pretty much all there's to say about that. Let's see what we want to do next. We'll do this little guy. So, when I was deployed for 6 weeks straight, and I was starting to get really sad and missing my friends at Port, so one day my manager, Hannah, and one of our coordinators, House, came by Caribbean Beach and dropped me off a little bag of goodies, and some of the stuff in there was silly. I have, it's buried somewhere, I don't have it right now, but I have a little container of Sassagoula River water, and then this little polar bear guy from our Frozen Friday event was in there as well, and so was this little groovy pin. So I just thought those were really cute. And then we have, I'll just do this other pin, Port of Inclusion, which is a program that we are doing at Port. And this was from our Mardi Gras celebration. So when it was Mardi Gras, they had a big party for all the cast members with prizes and games and food and face painting and all kinds of fun stuff and a parade. And this was one of the little trinkets they were giving out. Then we've got this little guy. This was from when I worked at Contemporary for several weeks. We were inside a lot then too. It was really rainy and cold the last couple times, so when it was windy and we couldn't do a movie, we were inside the 4th floor of the Contemporary doing activities, and one of the little girls was making bracelets, and she made me a little beaded, I think it was supposed to be a bracelet, but you know, it's too small for my wrist, but it's Rapunzel colors, because I told her I liked Rapunzel. And we've got, this was one of the concerts that I went to, my last couple weeks of my program. It was O-Town. I don't know if you even remember them, but I didn't know any of their songs. They were giving out tickets for free, which is kind of sad when you think about the fact that it was like their first concert in Orlando, which is O-Town, in like years. They had to give out tickets to get it full. But it was a fun concert. Julia and I and her roommate went, and it was interesting, but it was definitely fun. And then this little guy is from the other concert that I went to, aka one of the best nights of my entire life. It was the All Time Low concert. It was State Champs, Tonight Alive, Issues, and All Time Low, and I had never seen any of those bands before. I knew some All Time Low songs, but I was kind of like a basic fan, but I loved it. It was really great. We ended up like 3rd from the front, and Jack at the end like leaned out, and I got to like touch his arm and his hair and like his mouth, and my hand went in his mouth, and it was this whole big thing. But anyway, I lost my ticket, so I didn't have a ticket to keep, so I kept a little piece of confetti that was on me I got home, and it was still stuck to my clothes, so I kept that. Then I'll just do all the House of Blues stuff at once. This was from House of Blues, when we went to Rewind Night. Nothing too exciting, just a wristband. Then we've got this picture. If I can open it with one hand, we'll see if I'm talented enough. 3 hours later. By a little girl named Riley from when I was at Contemporary again. She was coloring, and she colored me Elsa. She did such a good job. I told her to sign her artwork and everything. So I have her signature now if she ever becomes a famous artist. Then I have this Fast Pass, and this was from my last trip to Hollywood Studios, which was my favorite park. Obviously, besides Magic Kingdom, everyone loves Magic Kingdom because it's Magic Kingdom, but of the other three, Hollywood Studios is definitely my favorite. And I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to go on Toy Story Mania one more time. And then the hour before we were about to leave, Megan and I, this lady came up to us and was like, "Hey, I have these Fast Passes. Would you guys like to use them?" And there were 2 for the Toy Story Midway Mania plus all the other stuff, and then this one actually wasn't. Yeah, it's not going to focus. My camera has a piece of poop. But this was not for Toy Story Mania, but because obviously they took that one, but I kept one of the other action ones as a memento of that last day. And then I just have my main gate and all my guest passes, which I only used once because my great aunt came. I didn't have many visitors. That's okay. Michigan's a long way from Orlando. And then I don't even know if I'm supposed to show you all this, but it's probably not a big deal. It's a telecast from my last week of work, just telling you all the information about all the attractions. Not the attractions, we're at a resort. All of the events going on at the resort, performance times and campfire movie, park hours, fireworks, all that kind of fun stuff. Last but not least is Mr. Bojangles. So the story about Mr. Bojangles goes, one of my last days at port, I was over at French Quarter with my lovely Rosie Rose, and I was walking up the stairs, and I looked down on the wood chips, and there was this wood chip that just had eyes on it. And it was looking at me, and I was like, oh my gosh, this wood chip has eyes. And I told Rose, I was like, there's a wood chip that has eyes. And she was like, what are you talking about? And I showed her, and she was like, oh my gosh. And so we found a glue dot, and we glued his eyes on, and we dubbed him Mr. Bojangles. And she said I should keep him. So he's literally just a wood chip with eyes. But this is Mr. Bojangles. And that is everything that was in my memory box. I hope y'all enjoyed that little trip down memory lane. I know I did. It was really nice to think back about all those things, because a lot of them I had to think for a minute about where the different things came from and the different experiences that I had. That was one of the things that was so great about this program, was that, I have all these memories that are so different from each other and so random, but they all fit together to make it a really great, memorable experience, I think that's going to be it for this video because I don't want to bore you guys too much. I have a bunch more ideas of videos coming up. Like I said, I am working at the ballpark, but the nice thing about that job is that we work 4 or 5 days in a row, and then we have 5 or 6 days off while they're away games. So I should have time to do more videos. I'm also going to be updating my blog. I have lots of ideas for that. Video-wise, I'm hoping to I have my ride counts. I counted every single time I went on a ride at Disney World. So I have my ride counts to share with you. I have my bucket list, and some other fun stuff, an updated pin collection, possibly a what's in my Disney Parks bag, and then lots of stuff for the blog too. So that is going to be being updated a lot this summer, hopefully. Keep me accountable for that, because I am going to try my best to get everything up there, but push me and let me know that you want to see stuff if you do. But that is going to be it. So, I will talk to y'all in my next video. Have a magical rest of your day. Bye!